This video will provide you a preview and instructions on how to use this seating chart template. And it's called the seating chart generator template because it is relatively easy to generate multiple versions of each of the seating charts within this file here in terms of where students sit within your classroom. Now, we'll show you how to do that. Okay, and if the 36 seats in the classroom doesn't match what's in your classroom, if you have a different number of seats or a different configuration of where the seats are located, you can contact us at our Etsy storefront, and we should be able to accommodate what you need. Just communicate with us there. Okay, so a couple of versions of the chart here. We have so we got 6 rows here, 6 columns, 6 by 6, 36 seats. Okay, and so here we have where the students' names will be. We have these, student 1, student 2, student 3 type labels. The same for these other configurations. Here the students are seating in pods. Here's the same chart, but the pods are labeled, pod 1, pod 2, pod 3, so forth until it gets to pod 9, in case that's useful. Now, in terms of putting names into the seating chart, we'll click on the roster tab, and here are these generic names of the students, but I could start typing in named students. So here's Jack, here's Sally. Now, if I go back and look at one of the seating charts, I see that those specific names are now coming into the seating chart, and that's true for each one here, Jack and Sally, and so forth. Now, most people at their schools, they work with some kind of an online learning management system where they can actually export the roster of names from the system. And so let's say, for example, I have my roster of 36 names on another, usually it comes out as a CSV file, opens up with Microsoft Excel, and I've got all the names here. So I'm going to highlight the names here that I got out of the learning management system. I'm going to right-click, copy. So I've copied the names. I'm going to, actually, let me go, I'll get that heading label. So the students, copy, and then I'm going to go over here to the roster tab. I'm going to put the names over here for a minute. Okay, so here's what you can do. Let's say I want to put these in a random order. Often when you export these from the learning management system, they come in some kind of alphabetical order. But maybe I'll put a little column heading here for random number. And I'll use an Excel formula, equals RAND, open parentheses, close parentheses, enter. Okay, generates a random number. I'll just grab the corner here. We'll make this real easy. And that fills in a random number into each of these cells. So I'm going to highlight the 2 columns and I'll go to data, the data tab, I'll hit sort. I've got both columns highlighted. I have this checked off. My data has headers. I'm going to select rand for random. I'll click OK. And so now the names have been randomized. So I'm going to copy the list of names here, just the names, not the heading. All 36. I'm going to right click, copy. They're in a random order. I'll click at the top here and I'll go right click and I'll just hit paste here. All right, then there we go. So I got the names in random order, and if I go to my seating charts now the seating charts have been populated with the students' names. And, you can just have a first name if you want, first and last name, depending on what's exported from your learning management system. If I go to these other couple of seating charts, the charts have been populated with the names. Okay, so that, if I want to get back to that generic, just student 1, student 2, student 3, you could always download a copy of this template here, but then I can just go to student 001. I'm going to click here, grab the corner, and then we got our generic, okay, then there's I go back to my seating charts, we're back to where the template started. And again, you get the names in there. You'll notice here this formula that generates a random number. It keeps, when I keep doing things, it keeps putting in different numbers here. So I can highlight this, sort, and then sort it by the random number, click OK, there we go. All right, so let's just go and put the names back in there, Control C. or I could right click copy, either way. And I'll click up here, I'll right click paste. Okay, and again, so now the seating chart has all the names back on the seating chart, but now it's a different configuration. So if it's ever useful, you can easily generate multiple versions of your seating chart. All right, so let's say you want to edit one of these. You got them randomly placed, but you want to move around a couple students. Here's what my recommendation is. So I'm gonna go down here, the 6x6 rows. We'll just practice with this. So I'm gonna right click on the tab down here. I'm gonna hit move or copy. You always want to copy. I'll say create a copy, move to the end, click OK. And so now here it is. So now, if you just want to move a couple of students around, maybe you want Emma Smith down in the corner. Maybe I'll just, I can just simply manually type in their names into the cells if there's just a couple of students to be moved around. If I want to move around a lot of students, here's what I would do. I click in the corner here, I'm going to click copy, and I want to get, there's some formulas behind the names here. I'm just going to right click, I'm going to paste the 1, 2, 3, those are just values. So now, okay, so let's say Jack Cooper, I'm going to go control, I'm going to cut. Maybe I'll put them over here for a second. I won't put him, control, sorry, I'll go right click, cut. I'll put Jacob Wilson here, and then I'll paste him. So now maybe I want to put Jack Cooper here, so I'll do the same thing. I'll cut, then I'll paste, cut, and then I will paste. So cut, copy, paste as needed to move some names around. So that's how you can get the names from your class into the seating charts. Again, using this, I could just, let's say, if I want to generate some more random numbers, again, I can always drag this down. Okay, we got more random numbers there. I can highlight, sort by the rand here, and then make sure my data has headers. And then again, I got the random column selected. Click OK. And as needed, I could copy and paste these names over here under the student column, and then I'd have another version of these seating charts. So that's how you can use this is geared for 36 seats. But again, if you have a different number of seats in your classroom and you'd like a different version of this seating chart, please reach out to us at our Etsy storefront, neptunelearning.etsy.com, and we should be able to accommodate you. All right, thank you.